Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone. Welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. And follow my business page at Brishari, y'all. Everything's in the description box below. I just wanted to say, y'all, I know I have not gave y'all story time in a minute. It's been a while. I don't remember and I don't feel like looking at my phone. I don't even know what day. This day 21st of day 21st. Day 21 of October. As y'all see, I gave up on that. But that's because, I just want to explain. I know it's going to be people in the comments. You don't have to explain. Y'all need to, I understand y'all feel that way. But when you have a lot of people like reaching out to you or watching you stuff, you kind of do have to explain sometimes. Not everything, but sometimes. But, yeah, I'm not mad at y'all. Remember when I told y'all I wasn't doing the second week of story times? But that's not why I didn't give y'all story time. Literally, I've been, as y'all see, I'm in a different area. I've been moving. I'm still trying to get stuff together. As y'all see, everything ain't even where it's at. Don't mind my big teddy bear right there. Just ignore him. But anyway, yeah, let's get straight into this video. So this story is about the time. I mean, not the time, but this story is a continued story from the Kiera and Shy situation, y'all. Okay, so let's get into it. And it's crazy that I'm keeping this in order. I'm like, I really don't even be doing that. But okay, anyway. So y'all, okay, around this time, after we had already all three hung out, we just kept hanging out like kind of a lot, but then not really. Like, it was weird. Like, sometimes we'll hang out, it'll be all three of us, but then sometimes it wouldn't, because it's like either Shy would come to my house and then she'll be like, you don't need to call Kiera, let's just kick it, like da-da-da-da. Or if I'll be at Kiera's house, we'd be like moving around a lot. Every time I go to Kiera's house, we'll sit for a little bit. For the most part, we'd be in traffic, like moving around and stuff. So it'd be like, we don't have time. Like, the people that we with, if somebody else driving, they not finna go pick up Shy. Like, it just was never timing sometimes. Like, but I don't know. I could tell their energy with each other was kind of weird, and they kind of did want to hang out separate, and I wasn't finna press it because I could care less. So anyway, fast forward, Shy ended up calling me and asked me like, hey girl, she was going through some shit, her mom kicked her out, she was like, can I stay at your house for a few days? So I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, it really be the nerve of me back then. I used to really, let people come stay at the house without even asking my grandparents. It wasn't even my house. But I feel like at that point, you know, I was out, we wasn't in in my grandma's way. I'm in my room, it's on the whole other side of the house. Like, she wasn't really tripping. Like, and then I'll be like out, I'm by the back door, so I could just leave. Like, I don't know, but dang, I felt bad. But anyway, so yeah, so she asked could she stay some days at my house, so I'm like, yeah, sure. So she ended up coming to my house or whatever. While she was at my house, we just kicking it, talking or whatever. So Kiera ended up hitting me up, and she was like, what you doing today? So I'm like, nothing. Shy come to stay a few nights at my house or whatever. So yeah, we just chilling. We go find something to do, probably, you know, have somebody come pull up or something like that, because that's usually what we would do or whatever, or go to somebody's house. We'd figure out something. So she was like, oh, okay, well, hit me later. So I already felt the vibe, like she don't want to hang out with us, and Shy ain't mentioning her, so I'm not finna, yeah. So we kicking it. So Shy was all like, what you trying to do? Mind you, we in the room, we listen to music, we making videos, like snaps and shit like that, posting it. So Shy was like, what you trying to do later? This boy that she talked to, her little boo, trying to pull up or whatever. She was like, he trying to take us somewhere. She was like, we could go grab something to eat, and then we could go back to their house and kick it or whatever, him and his homeboy. So I'm like, all right, who's your boo? Because mind you, I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but she never really wanted us to know who she was talking to. Like, she kept it a secret. And it's crazy because Kiera was keeping her. Kiera didn't want Shy to know who her boo was. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last story, because I was gonna mention it and continue to this story, but then I was like, oh, this is long as fuck. But like, and it was some time later, so it made no sense to do so. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if I mentioned that, but Kiera told me like, don't tell Shy who I talked to. She didn't want him to want her to know who she talked to. I don't remember if we gave old boy a name in that story time, and since I don't feel like going back and look right now, we just not gonna mention it. But y'all know the boy went to his house, he had the paintball glizzy, and he was playing too much. Yeah, him. Kiera didn't want Shy to know that she was talking to him, so I didn't say nothing. So anyway, and Shy was being weird about who she was talking to too. So I'm like, oh girl, who, the mysterious boo, the one you ain't never let us know who it was or see? So she like, girl, yes, him, whatever. Like, yeah, you gonna finally get to meet him or whatever. I'll let you meet him. So I was like, okay. So she like, yeah, he had hit me up. Like, I guess he seen her snapping me at her. He was all like, oh, my homie wanna talk to your homegirl, whatever, like that. So I was like, okay, well, what his homeboy look like? And she was like, girl, I keep asking him to send me a picture. He won't send me no photos or whatever. She was like, but I don't know. It could be out of a few people, because he always be with different people. She was like, but I don't know. But it doesn't even matter. And I'm like, well, it's not like I gotta like him. You know, it's just me. If I don't like him, he not cool. It's it's no big deal, but whatever, we could go get something to eat, whatever. So she's like, all right, they said they doing like doing some shit or whatever in the daytime, so they gonna end up coming and get us at nighttime, which was cool. Like, we wasn't tripping or whatever, right? So finally, damn near the whole day finna go by, and I'm like, girl, I'm hungry. Like, where is they coming or not? Because I'm not gonna sit around and wait on them. Y'all, when it's other people ninjas, I press. But when it's mine, it'd be like, who wastes my time? I'm coming. Whenever you ready, we could go. If it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I'm just kidding. No, for real. You know when it be like, you let your dude slide when it comes down to linking with you at the dumbest times, but like, when it's somebody else, it'd be like, girl, we're not finna be waiting all day. What the fuck? You let him just be doing it? That should be funny. But like, I don't know. So anyway, I was like, okay, so what's going on? I'm hungry or whatever. So he taking forever to come. So we end up going to get us something to eat just like real quick or whatever like that. And we just chilling at the house. So she ended up posting up, like, because I was like, now I'm kind of in the mood to go or hang out with somebody or drink or whatever, like we're supposed to be doing. So let's figure out who's trying to link. So we both ended up posting like, bored, like with my friend or whatever who trying to link or whatever, right? So people was hitting me up or whatever because I had a little roster. I know y'all probably thinking like, wait, let me just explain. I know y'all probably thinking like, wasn't you dating crazy? At this point, we was off again. Because like I said, me and him was on again, off again a lot. So yeah, we was not together. Y'all know that relationship was not even real in his eyes. That shit was only real in mine for some weird reason. Yeah, so we was most definitely not together. So I didn't have a roster, but I had people that would be like, want to kick it. So I'm telling her like, oh, this. So right when she posted, that's when, oh boy, her boo wanna all of a sudden come through and be like, oh, what you talking about? Who trying to kick it? I thought we was pulling up on y'all. I thought we was gonna go eat, all this other shit. So she like, yeah, okay, well, you gotta hurry up and come because my homegirl is getting impatient. She hungry, like that. Mind you, we already ate. So anyway, so he ended up hitting her up and was like, yeah, y'all stop playing, I'm gonna come through, yop. So we like, all right, cool, whatever, come through. So now at this point, this man taking forever. I'm irritated because I'm like, I could have had somebody pulled up in between, but I'm like, nah, I ain't finna even do that. So we chilling or whatever. Finally, it's like 10 going on 11 o'clock. He like, what's the address? I'm on my way. So she give him the address or whatever, and yeah, she gave him the address. They end up pulling up. So she told me like, okay, they outside. So at this point, because when they was saying they was on the way, y'all, I was in the bed chilling. I'm in the bed just laid up chilling because I'm like, that nigga's not really on the way. He been saying it forever. I'm not about to be just up standing around, pacing around the room and shit. Like I'm waiting to see when my baby finna be born. Like I'm not finna be doing all of that. Like I'm about to be sitting down chilling until it's time for us to go. So she ended up finally like she ready. So when they came, I'm over here like putting on my stuff slowly. Like, all right, come on. Mind you, I'm not doing too much because at this point everything is late and we already decided like we just finna go to Denny's and we finna go kick it at their house. Like I'm not finna do the most. So I literally put on probably like some leggings, a shirt. I'm not doing too much. I feel like, what the hell? Oh, I'm like, I'm tripping. I feel like it's a line right here. Let me just cover it. But anyway, I'm like, oh, it's the shadow of my hair. Okay, but anyway, I'm like, I'm not finna do too much because it's whatever, like we just going to Denny's. So anyway, we end up going outside, right? When we walking outside, I'm like, this car looks so familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. But it's looking so familiar that I'm side-eyeing shy like, bitch, who this for? Cause I'm really looking at her like, cause I ain't gonna say too much, but yeah, I already did. So it's been times where when me and Shy did fall out, Shy was on some fuck ass shit. So I'm thinking like, I know her boo ain't a nigga that I used to talk to because this car's looking so familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on who car this was. But I'm really like, this is why she wants to be secretive about this motherfucking nigga because, bitch, what? So I'm thinking like, damn. She wanted to find somewhere else to live for a few days. But yeah, so we walk into the car or whatever. And I'm looking, I was like, Shy, this car look familiar. Who you said your boo was again? She's like, oh, this not his car. This his homeboy car or whatever. He said he parked his car up. It's not his car. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, at this point, it's like any type of hood do car. Let's say it was a Challenger or something like that. It wasn't though. But let's say like a Charger or a Challenger or I don't know, Chrysler 300, it could be a Ram truck. It could be anything, but it could be a Audi. It could be anything, but it was a car that dudes be having, right? So I'm like, can't put my finger on it, but we finna see, we walking up to the car, we're gonna see who up in this motherfucker. Y'all don't mind this right here, because I do not know why my hair is making a weird ass shadow. Let's just push it down really hard, like, I don't know why that's bothering me so much. My hair is making a shadow on my head. But anyway, let's ignore that. So anyway, so I'm like, who finna pull up or whatever? I was just like, so anyway, we walk into the car or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, let's see who it is. We get to the car. Why when we open the door, the light come on, but the boy hurry up and cut the light off. So we get in the backseat, of course. He hurry up and cut the light off. So I'm like, hi. Mind y'all, I don't know why these niggas had on ski masks. They had ski masks on. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, hi, they didn't say shit. So I ended up like scooting in the car, and I couldn't see the driver because mind y'all, he had a ski mask on, and so did the other boy in the passenger seat, which was her boo. So she was like, stop playing. Why y'all got on their mask anyway? She was like, hi, like, you're not gonna speak to my friend? So he was just like, the boy in the passenger seat turned around. He was like, what's up, Symone, cuz? And I was like, wait, who is that? I know that's not who I think it is. Y'all, he lift his mask up smiling. Why is Lamar? If you know from my story time, when the story time where me and Toxic got caught, the boy from back in the day that Toxic used to date, Lamar, Devontae's cousin. Yeah, it was him. So I was like, wait, what's his name, Devontae? Because remember I had messed up on his name before. But either way, the boy, either way, but yeah, because I had to go back and fit from that story and see what I named him. But yeah, Lamar. Lamar. Yep, it was him. So I was like, Lamar, what the fuck? Like, y'all, I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. It's a small ass world. So she was like, y'all already know each other? I said, girl, yes, we go way back. I already know. He's like, man, Simone's like family. That's like my little cousin, like little sister, something like that. Boy, I didn't talk to you in years. I'm not your little cousin, little sister, but I guess I could be a distant family member, whatever. So he like, yeah, I already knew her. That's why I thought it was funny or whatever. I already know who she is. So I'm like, that's crazy. Like, so anyway, I'm like, who's in the front seat? Like, who is that? Because mind y'all, I don't know all of my friends. I'm just like, who is that in the front? So he like, don't worry about it. You gonna see him when we get there. Don't worry about it. So we driving. Oh boy, turn the music up loud as fuck, and we just driving to Denny's. He driving all crazy and shit. I'm irritated. I don't like when people be driving like that. Like, chill out, big bruh. So anyway, we driving. We finally get to Denny's, and y'all, and I'm wondering, cause I'm like tapping her like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, why you being weird? The nigga ain't saying not one word. Got a ski mask on. I'm thinking like, bro, at this point he finna go take us to a warehouse and do some things to us, and I'm not ready to be doing no things because I don't want to do that. I ain't signed up for this shit. I just came to eat and drink. That's it. But yeah, so anyway, we pull up to Denny's or whatever. So now we get out the car. They sitting there. He was like, okay, go get us a table. Bro, it is not that packed. It could have been, but it wasn't. But so we end up getting out the car. We go to get a table, and we sit down. And she was like, that's crazy. Like, how you know Lamar? So I'm like, because girl, back in the day, like I used to date his cousin, and I told her, and she was like, oh, I don't know him, but I heard about him, and oh, like, you know, stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I had heard about him before. Like, I don't know him or whatever. And she was like, I was like, yeah, my homegirl Toxic, mind you, at this point me and Toxic not friends. So I'm like, my homegirl Toxic used to date Lamar or whatever back in the day or whatever. So she was like, oh, okay. So yeah, when y'all was like in school and stuff, yeah, you know, it's like not that deep. We was literally like kids. So she was like, oh, okay, that's crazy. It's really a small world. So I'm like, right, it's the smallest world. I was not expecting it to be him. I said, girl, you was hiding. It was him. Like, girl, it ain't that deep to be hiding that it was him. So she like, girl, yes. And she just started spilling so much tea at that table, y'all. This spilling tea. She like, me and him been talking for a cool minute and such and such. And she was all like, yeah, girl. And I got into it with his baby mama. I got into it with such and such. I said, who? She was like, such and such. Mind you, she said a name. And the name is like, it's not really too common, right? So I said, what's such and such? And she said it, and she was like, yes, he with her. I said, bitch, that's my cousin, y'all. And she like, that's your cousin? I'm like, yes, that's my cousin. What the fuck? Mind you, I didn't know she talked to him, because I mean, I don't think Close Friends wasn't out back then, and like she'll post her dude, but I didn't know she was talking to him. And I'm like, she do not talk to him. She's like, yes, she do. Like, she talks to him. I'm just thinking like, it did not give he was that nigga. But I'm just like, what the fuck? That's so weird. And I'm like, wow, now it kind of makes sense, because y'all, around that time, like my cousin, she used to do a whole bunch of little shit or whatever and be going out. And at one time, I'm gonna tell you about that, like we had went out, and it was like when I post afterwards, like she started being weird to me, like, and I used to post Shy all the time. So now it makes sense, because it was like her and Shy was with the same nigga, and I didn't know that. So it's like she was acting weird towards me, and it's like, girl, you could have just said something to me like, girl, your homegirl my nigga or something. I don't know, but I really don't think she wanted people to notice she was talking to dude, because she had a whole situation going on. Like, she literally had a whole situation. So I don't know, that had shit to do with me. And I was like, you know what, I don't even want to talk about that. She got shit to do with me or whatever. So anyway, next thing you know, they start walking in. So she like, oh, here they come, y'all. I turn around. I'm like, I'm about to turn around because I want to see who it is, right? So I'm like, I'll have to fake play turn around or whatever. So she was like, all right. So she looked and she was like, I be seeing him with him. Why he didn't just take his ski mask off? So I'm like, okay. Because mind you, I follow Lamar on Instagram. So I'm thinking like, which one of these homies it is? Because he do be with some cute ones. But I'm like, which one of these homies it is? And before y'all be like, oh my God, didn't you date his cousin back in the day when you were like 6 years old? Yeah, keep it that way. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I turn around. I'm like, yo, I try to play it off so fast, like easy, like try to like brush my shoulders off like I was Jay-Z. And I'm like turned around and I had like seen him and I had looked this shock look on my face to where I knew it was so obvious to where he like laughed. The boy he was with laughed. Y'all, Lamar laughed too. Tell me why. Tell me why. Guess who the boy was? Guess who the boy was that he was with? I was not expecting this shit. The boy that he was with. It was not Joe. I'm just kidding. No, let me stop. But no, why was Kiara's boo? It was the boy who had the paintball glizzy. I don't remember his name, but I named him. I don't feel like going back though. But it was him. Y'all. It was him. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I said, girl, hell nah. Hell nah. Mind you, they walk. I'm like, hell nah. So she's like, what? I said, oh no, if I would have knew it was him, I would not came. What the fuck? So she was like, what? Like, you know him or something? Like, y'all got bad like history or something like that? I said, nah, we don't got bad history, but I'll tell you, but I can't really tell you right now. I was like, but hell no, mind you. So he was like, all right, he told her to go to the other side because we were sitting across from each other and Lamar told her to go to the side with me so him and old boy could sit on the same side. So I end up scooting down and mind you, like, so now it's like me and Lamar sitting across from each other. She's sitting across from old boy. So I'm just like, this is weird. Like, I really said at the time, I was like, this is weird. So Lamar like, what's weird, Symone? Like, why you acting funny? Let me stop, because I be damn near about to do people voices and shit, like they real voices, and yeah, I don't got time. So Lamar's like, what's funny, Symone? Like, what's funny? But he's smiling because it's like, you already know, like, you being weird. So I mean, he kind of probably don't know too much, but I'm pretty sure he knows something. Like the moment when he hit up and showed who Shy was with and you showed old boy, I'm pretty sure he said like, oh, I forgot her homegirl, like weird nigga shit. So I'm like, you know what's funny? I'm like, you know what's funny? But then I was like, you probably don't know what's funny. I'm like, but y'all too much. So he like, what? So mind you, old boy, when he kind of feeling like I'm not really interested, like he kind of at first he was like, what's funny? Like, what's funny? I'm like, you know what's funny? You wrong. Like, you wrong as fuck. You wrong. And Lamar laughing, he like, what's wrong? So Shy like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I want to know. I don't know what y'all talking about. What y'all talking about? So I was like, I'll tell you, I can't tell you right now, but like, I'll tell you, but you wrong. Because mind you, remember, Kiara didn't want Shy to know who she was talking to. So I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to say too much. But I was just like, you wrong. Like, you dead wrong. So yeah, so when he realized like I wasn't kind of giving no play, he wasn't really talking to me like that. Like, I wasn't talking to him neither. I didn't want to talk to him. We got shit to talk about, right? I'm feeling so uncomfortable. I'm like, damn. So we order our food. We kind of like talking back and forth. Kind of it's more of the conversation. It was really kind of just me, Lamar, and Shy because oh boy's not really even speaking at all. He's on his phone. I'm on my phone. When I'm on my phone texting too much, like this nigga is looking at me like, who you texting? You know, like he really looking too much, like. And then finally Lamar was like, Symone, put your phone down, don't be messy. So I said, what are you talking about? Like, ain't nobody worried about you. Like, ain't nobody worried about you. But like, I'm laughing because I know he know, like, oh, she probably texting her homegirl. But Lamar really, I mean, oh boy, really looking like. But I'm like, boy, ain't nobody worried about you. Because I'm like, I'm going to tell her. I didn't say that though, but I'm like, I'm going to tell her. But not right now. I'm going to tell her though. But anyway, so we sitting down, we eating. Oh boy ain't really even talking. So we eating our food. When it came down to finally like we done eating and shit and we like asking them for the bill, like we was about to ask them for the bill, they went to the car. They was like, all right, we finna go to the car. So they went to the car and I'm just sitting there like, why they go to the car and not leave no money? I'm confusion. Like, this don't make no damn sense. What a money at? What a money at? Like, you know what the fuck going on? So I was like, they supposed to be come back. They went to go pee or something like that. And she was just like, oh, they went to the car. So I said, why would he go to the car with no money? Like, where's the monies? Where's the monies? So she was like, oh, you know what, you right, and I leave no money. So I said, yeah, girl, call him. The fuck? So she ended up calling him. She like, where you didn't leave no money? Like, you went to the car, you didn't leave no money or whatever. I don't know what he said. They going back and forth. She was like, I'm gonna go to the car and get the money. She was like, Symone, I'll be right back. So I was like, okay. So I'm thinking like, this bitch better not go to the car and they leave me. So I'm sitting there like, sitting there. She was outside for a cool minute. I asked the people for the bill, and I was like, you split it, and I paid my bill, because I'm like, I'm not paying for nothing. Like, the fuck, I'm paying for my stuff. I didn't even expect, like, mind you, when I seen who it was, at first I was kind of expecting them to pay for me. But when I seen who it was, I'm like, I'm not about to have Kiera Boo pay for me. Like, it's already weird that we're at Denny's together. So she ended up coming back or whatever, and she was just like, why Lamar had the nerve to ask if you was gonna pay for his home, because Lamar asked me if I could pay for him, and he gonna ask me if you could pay for his homeboy. And I said, why the fuck would I pay for his homeboy? And he's like, and his homeboy was like, right, ask her if she gonna pay for me. I said, I know he didn't. I know he did not ask no stupid ass shit like that. So she was like, yeah, he asked. She was like, what's up with y'all? Like, what's up between y'all? So I was like, girl, it's just a lot. Like, it's too much I don't talk about. She like, girl, tell me. Like, I want to know. Like, I feel like it's weird. Like, what y'all used to talk? He used to talk to your homegirl. Like, what? So I was like, fuck. I said, okay, don't tell him. I'm like, don't tell nobody I told you this. Like, don't tell Kiera I told you this. But Kiera, this is Kiera Boo. This the boo that Kiera and me be like kicking it with. Because mind you, we kicked it with him again. And mind y'all, like I said, when I seen the car was familiar, because remember he gave me a ride home. But that was the only time I ever seen his car. We kicked it and went to his house like a few more times after that. But I didn't see his car. He didn't give us a ride home. And his car be parked wherever the hell his car parked at. So I did not see his car only that one time. Mind you, this probably like a month later. So that's why I really didn't, like, I couldn't put my finger on where I knew this car from. So... and I should have put two and two together, kind of, but not really. Because remember when I told y'all we was at the house and he was asking me about Lamar, asking me about Devontae, and I should have thought about it, but it's like, mind you, they're from a hood, so they hang out with a lot of people. So I wouldn't have assumed that Lamar was with him. Like, Lamar be on Instagram with a whole bunch of hood niggas every day. So I just didn't assume, like, oh, this such and such. You know, like, I don't know. But, so yeah, I told her, I was like, don't tell her I told you. She was like, girl, this you lying, how they meet? So I'm like, I don't know, like, but yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I was like, so you said, so I'm started asking her questions. I'm like, so you said that he asked for me, like, he seen my picture, like, and she was like, yeah, he seen the video of us together on, and he was like, my homeboy said he want to kick it, like, he want your homegirl type shit. And I was like, you sure he said that? Like, he said that, like, when he seen me? She was like, yeah. Mind you, I'm like, it's just so weird because we kicked it with him. He can't say that he didn't know who I was. Like, we kicked it with him, and somehow, like, well, not somehow, but me and him was following each other on Instagram. But I don't remember when we started following each other. It was most definitely before I met him with Kiera, but me and him was already following each other on Instagram. So I'm like, you know who I am. It's not like you could be like, oh, I thought that was somebody else. Like, no, you knew exactly who it was. So I was just like, that's so weird. And she was like, well, you know what you can't do? Mind you, we waiting for the people to come back so she can pay. So she was like, you can't tell Kiera. She's like, don't tell Kiera about this night. Don't say shit to her or whatever. She's like, I won't say nothing. You don't say nothing. So I was like, no, I gotta tell Kiera. Because mind you, at this point, me and Kiera, we hanging out all the time. We friends or whatever, right? So I'm like, I gotta tell her. I'm like, I'm not about to not tell her this. Like, this her boo. Like, you know, she like, dude, she like, is they serious or whatever? I'm like, I mean, this is somebody she talked to, so I'm gonna tell her. Like, I'm gonna tell her. Kiera, Shy, like, don't tell her. You gotta keep this from her. It's just gonna make shit weird. Just don't tell her. She's like, it's not like you talked to him or anything like that. Y'all didn't talk, so it's not that deep. You ain't gotta tell her. She don't gotta know. And I was just like, Mind you, I'm just like, just dead it. Like, whatever. So we get the, they pay or whatever. She pay. And we go to the car. So we hop in the car and, no words. Oh boy, he cut the music up loud. He drove crazy as hell, got to my house. It's like he was driving, like, trying to get there, like, you finna get the fuck out of my car, bitch. But yeah, he drove fast or whatever. And yeah, so we end up going back to the house. And then I was like, all right, I'm finna go in the house, because they sit in the car, they talking. I don't need to sit in the car and linger and talk. I don't need to talk to this nigga. Excuse me. So they talking to her. I'm like, I'm finna go in the house. I'm like, Shy, I'm gonna leave the back door open so you could just come through the back door. So she's like, all right, I'm gonna be in there in a minute. So I'm in the house, I'm just chilling. She outside for a cool minute. I forgot she was still out there. So next thing you know, she started coming through the room door, and she's like, girl, I was gonna tell you to come back outside, but I'm like, I'm gonna just wait. Like, we was just in the car talking or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So she was like, yeah, Lamar want me to spend the night with him. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, you gonna go spend the night with him? She was like, yeah. She was like, but his homeboy said he got his own crib and he wants you. He was like, and he said, like, he wants you to come too. Like, he asked if you want to come to the house. Like, if we still want to come to the house and kick it and drink and stuff. Now I see why y'all fell out. So I'm like, Shy, no. Like, I'm not about to go up over there. Why would I go up over there? And she was like, girl, just come. It's not that deep. He got his own crib. Like, he got his own place. And I'm thinking, like, I know, with no furniture. But yeah, she was like, he got his own place. She was like, and yeah, Kiera ain't gotta know. She was like, clearly he ain't gonna tell Kiera because he's still trying to talk to you. Like, he still wants you to come to the house. Like, come on. Mind you, this man say 2 words to me in the car. whatever. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go. That's weird. She's like, Kiera don't have to know. I'm never gonna tell Kiera. He ain't gonna never tell Kiera. Ain't Lamar ain't gonna tell Kiera. Nobody's gonna tell Kiera. She don't gotta know. She was like, plus y'all don't gotta do nothing. We just finna kick it and drink. Like we was gonna do that anyway. She was like, so what? Then it can't kick it and drink with people? Like that's a problem. It's not that deep. She was like, you said y'all be going over there all the time. Like you go over there all the time. I don't go over there all the time without her. Like she really trying to convince me. I said, girl, if you wanna go, then you go, okay? I'm not going. Like, you could go with Lamar, I'm not going. So she's like, you finna really let me go by myself? Mind you, this ain't her first time linking with Lamar. Bitch, you done spent the night with this nigga before. We grown. Go. Yes, I'm gonna let you go alone. If you wanna go, go. The fuck? You here in the house with me and you choosing to leave out the house to go be with Lamar. Go. So she's like, all right, I'm gonna just leave. I'm just leaving. So she ended up leaving or whatever. And yeah, she left with him or whatever. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I was just, that shit was eating me up, y'all. I could not sleep. I'm like, I'm not about to hit up Kiera right now. I'm gonna wait and hit her up tomorrow. So I ended up hitting her up in the morning. I hit her up and I text her. You know when your friends text you who you with? It just depends. Like, oh, this, you got something to say. You want to know who with me. So I text her like, who you with? And she was just like, nobody, I'm home alone. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna call you in a few. And it took me a little minute to call her because I started making me something to eat and shit. So she hitting me up because when somebody asks you who you with, it's because they want to tell you some shit. So she like, girl, what's up? Like, when you finna call? So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm calling her. I'm like, hey girl. She like, hey. I was all like, I got something to tell you. And she like, what? So I'm like telling her the whole breakdown. I'm like, okay, so remember Shy was up over here? I'm like, yeah, and Shiloh boo. And now at this point, I'm like, damn, I already told who, because Shy told me not to tell Kiera who her boo was, but now she already know who hers is. So it just, to make the story make sense, I gotta say, dang. And I know y'all probably like, damn, you fake because you shouldn't have said shit. I don't care. I had to. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, so Shy asked if her boo could pull up. We was gonna go eat with her boo and his homeboy, da-da-da-da-da. And she was saying his homeboy wanted, like, see me on the snap or whatever and said, like, okay, yeah, cool, y'all come eat. We gonna go back to my crib afterwards and kick it. I'm like, so when they came and picked us up. I said, niggas had ski mask on and shit. And she was like, wait, they had ski mask on? I said, girl, yeah. It's like she already feeling like I know who this is because I guess he do weird shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm telling her, I'm like, so when we get to Denny's, we go inside. I'm like, then they came inside. He didn't have no mask on, mask off, mask on, mask off. Girl, it's your nigga. She like, what? I'm like, it's your nigga. So I'm telling her the whole breakdown. I said, yeah, girl. And I was like, I tell him, like, you wrong as fuck. Like, you wrong. Like, da-da-da. I'm like, he didn't say shit to me after that. Like, we really didn't even talk at the table. He didn't talk to nobody. We never really talked at all. Like, he didn't talk in the car. I'm telling her all that. I was like, but afterwards, when we got back, Shy was still outside. I'm like, I'm in the house. She came back and asked me that. Said that, oh, boy asked if I still want to come to the house kicking and drinking shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, like, because you're my friend. She's like, that's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. She's like, what time was this? So I told her the time. Like, we went. She was like, that's crazy. Because I text that nigga and he was like that he at his grandma's house and they just kicking in with his family and shit. She's like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I tried to call him and that's what he was telling me, like, oh, I'm with my cousins and shit at my grandma's house. So I said, girl, nope. So I'm telling her, she's like, that's crazy as fuck. Wow. So she asked me more questions and stuff like that. She's asked me questions and all this other shit. And she was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. She's like, so do Shy know that I talked to him? And I was like, yeah, I eventually told her, my bad. Because I'm like, she just kept pushing because it was awkward at the table because everybody knew. It was like an everybody knew situation. I'm like, so yeah, she know. And she was just like, wow, oh wow, that's crazy. Fuck that. Like, you know, it's like talking shit. She's like, all right, well, I'm gonna call you back. How she got off the phone, I knew it was something up with her because I told her Shy was gone. Mind you, at this point, me and that girl damn near hanging out like every day. So I knew it was something up because it's not like she was like, oh, what you doing coming from my house? Or I'm gonna come to your house. And she was like, I'm gonna call you back. I knew it was something up. So I'm like, she either finna call him and cuss him out or something. Like, I don't know. So mind you, time go by throughout the day and I hit her up because I'm like, I'm bored. Like, what the fuck? I'm used to hanging out with her or something. So I'm like, girl, what you doing? Like, are you like, I'm finna come over. So she was just like, I'm gonna hit you later. So I'm like, okay, sure. So yeah, so the day go by. I did not talk to her for the rest of the day. She not hit me later, y'all. But she on Snap posting shit like bitches, this, that, and the third. Mind y'all, I forgot to mention when Shy had left to go be with oh boy, Shy ended up, she never posted that she was in the house. The whole time she was in traffic and she was drinking, and then she ended up with a whole different homegirl. So I'm like thinking, oh, I put two and two together. I figured, okay, she made it seem like she told me, Shy told me like, oh, I left from with them and I ended up going to go link with my homegirl because I wasn't finna go be with them niggas by myself. So I linked with my homegirl, was in traffic and shit like that, drinking. She was in a front seat when she was making these videos. But I don't know. But you was like, I don't know. Y'all could have hopped in the car with them. But I just assumed she put her homegirl onto Kiera, nigga. That's what I assume. But I'm thinking Kiera assumed that shit too, because she was posting subs like, bitches ain't shit, fake ass friends, da, 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 that's why I don't fuck with bitches, I'll beat a bitch ass, da, da. That ain't for me. That's what I'm thinking, right? So y'all, I ain't talked to her all day, so I just thought like, oh, maybe she just cussing this man out, or maybe, you know, sometimes you cuss your man out, next y'all later, I don't know, that's what I'm thinking, right? So she ended up hitting me up the next day, and it was like midday, and she was like, who you with? So I'm like, what you gonna tell me? Who's with my man? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I'm like, nobody. So she ended up calling me, and she was like, girl, I just want to say my bad, I didn't hit you back yesterday. So I'm like, no, it's cool, I figured you was probably with old boy or whatever. So she like, no, I wasn't. She was like, I just had to like really take in everything that you told me. She was like, and honestly, I wasn't gonna fuck with you no more. What? She's like, I wasn't gonna fuck with you no more. She's like, I talked to everybody about it. Like, I talked to my sister, talked to my cousin, I talked to my friends, I talked to my mom about it, and everybody was saying like, you a real ass friend. Because honestly, because I told her too how shy didn't want me to tell her, because I'm feel like y'all rekindling y'all friendship. I don't know, y'all probably think I'm fake for telling her that, but I feel like if this person not genuinely for you and I see it and I'm your friend, I'm gonna let you know. Even though that's my friend too, I'm gonna let you know, because even if I choose to still deal with Shy, I don't have to deal with y'all together, because clearly it's weird. Like, I think it's weird. Like, so she was like, yeah, everybody was telling me like, she's really your friend, like Symone really your friend, because if she wanted to, she could have really been with you and not said shit. Like, she didn't have to say nothing, you would have never known. Like, clearly was never gonna tell you. And she didn't, but she told you. So she's like, yeah, but I was just mad because I was just thinking like, why would you go? Like, how you didn't know that was his car? Like, how you didn't know that was his car? And I'm like, because I literally seen that man's car one time at nighttime, damn near a month ago, when he gave me a ride home. Like, should I be in cars? No, I'm just kidding. I'm lying, y'all. I'm lying. But I'm like, I had literally, and mind you, it's a common ass car. Crazy ended up getting that same fucking car, same color. So like later down the line. But so it's like, it's a common ass like hood nigga car. So it's like, I didn't, like, I don't know. She was just like, oh yeah, and I was just mad, 'cause I'm thinking like, when he said, Lamar, how you didn't know? I said, Lamar be with plenty of niggas. Lamar literally be dead deep in the, not dead, oops. I'm like, Lamar literally be like 10 toes down in the hood every day. He be with different people every day, like daily. This man be with different people. So it's like, how would I have known? And then he wasn't posting with old boy, and old boy wasn't posting with him. So I'm like, yeah, she was like, yeah, that's what everybody was saying, but I wasn't thinking about it like that. She was like, I honestly was just mad, because I'm thinking like, oh, y'all on some weird shit. She was like, then you told her when I didn't want her to know that I was talking to him. Like, you told her. She was like, I knew eventually it would come out, but like, I didn't want her to know, and you told her. So I was kind of mad about that. She was like, and I was just thinking like, damn, did you tell her before? And that's why y'all linked with them. And I was like, look, Kiera, look, girl. I'm like, why would I call you and tell you about what old boy was doing if I planned to link with him and I just told her and we just set this up to link with him, and then it went left and I made up this lie? Like, that's how you getting at me right now. You getting at me like we planned this shit, it went left, and I'm telling you a lie before he could tell you some shit or something. Like, I didn't even tell you like, oh, he was eating my ass at the Denny's table. Like, girl, I told you he didn't even talk to me. Like, we literally didn't talk. So she was just like, no, for real, like, I get it. Like, I get it. She's like, I was just in my feelings. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had a lot of friendships that be weird. She's like, honestly, like, me and Shy situation. Remember I told y'all they was beefing about some shit. She was like, so I just knew how Shy get down. I was thinking like, damn, you Shy friend. All of a sudden I'm Shy friend. Bitch, I thought we was friends. We didn't even meet through her. So she's like, and I'm just thinking like, you Shy friend. So I'm just thinking like, is that how you getting down? Again, why would I call you? Why would I call you? She was like, but no, everybody was telling me like I wouldn't have known. Like, I would have never known. She was like, because even when I tried to ask him again, like what you was doing last night, he was like, at my family house. She was like, and I told him like, oh, you told me everything. And he was just like, oh, she was like, yeah, he even told me like you a real friend, and that it was just really a test. Like, he really didn't want to fuck with you. Like, he was just with... Only reason why I'm doing that face is because we gonna get to another story time. So she was like, yeah, he was telling me like, you a real ass friend. It was a test, and like he was gonna take his cousin to pull up on old girl anyway. So he was like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna test her homegirl. That's why he had the ski mask on so you wouldn't see. And I'm just like, the little delusion in myself was thinking like, maybe this is true. Maybe he was testing me. That's another fuck he wasn't. It went away. Like, no, this nigga is, I'm like, what the fuck? So she telling me like, yeah, so, you know, he was telling me like, you a real good friend, like, you really a real one. And I was like, damn, I can't just let my real ass friend walk away from me. Like, you didn't have to tell me. And he was saying that too, like, she didn't have to tell you, like, she really didn't have to say shit to you. And I'm just thinking like, not the nigga, not him, like, how are you mad at him and you cuss him out about some shit about lying, then he turn around and try to tell you like, nah, forget that girl, she real cool for telling you that I was on some fuck shit last night. So So I'm just like, oh. When she starts saying that, I kind of start feeling some type of way, because it's like, not you need a validation from the nigga. What the fuck, bitch? I know. That's why you can't tell a bitch when they man cheating, because I swear they flipped on you like, you not supposed to have eyes and be seeing my man cheat. Why are you looking at my man cheat on me anyway? It'd be like, what the fuck? But yeah, if you my friend, I feel like I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, like, we close, we every day, I'm gonna tell you. Now, if you my friend from freaking high school and we only talk every 6 months on Instagram, I'm not gonna hit you up and be like, girl, I seen your man cheating on you. No, that's none of my business. I don't know what type of relationship you're in. But we every days, I'm gonna tell you, like, that's just different. I'm gonna let you know, like, girl, I seen such and such. Like, we're every days, like, yeah. So anyway, yeah, that happened, and she was just like, yeah, girl, anyway, but what you doing today? Y'all, in my dumb self, I'm gonna come over. Y'all, it really was like that. But yeah, I do got a lot more stories. I gotta remember what I named this dude, because he do need a name. He play a big part. Y'all, big part. But yeah, that's it for this story time, y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna title it. That's it, y'all. I gotta get into the groove of things, y'all. This is my first time vlogging, doing anything, pushing my hair down. I've been looking like a damn mess forever, but I gotta get cute, because yeah, not too much. I'm not gonna say too much, but well, no, it's nothing important. I've just been looking crazy. Excuse me. But yeah. Oh, that's what I was saying. The reason why I never finished. I'm sorry. The reason why I wasn't recording, it wasn't because I was mad at y'all or mad at people like harassing me and stuff like that. It was really because I had a lot of stuff going on like in my life, and I really didn't have time to sit down and record. So now I actually do. So that was that. But yeah, that's it for this story time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.